Oh, hello, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Adam's Music Box, where today we celebrate the birthday of one of my very favorite artists of all time, the great, the king, Isaac Hayes. Now, Isaac Hayes is someone who everyone knows for something different. Some only know him from his incredibly successful soundtracks, Shaft being the most prolific of them all. Some know him for his songwriting, some know him for his covers, some know him for that deep, insatiable voice, and many others yet know him from Hello, Children. South Park, he was Chef, one of the finest characters, frankly, in animated TV history. But for me, Isaac Hayes was really the full package. He wasn't just a singer, he wasn't just a songwriter, he was an arranger, he was a producer, he was someone who wrote mega hits for others, including Soul Man and Hold On, I'm Coming, that Sam and Dave put on the map. He was someone who really spent his early career behind the scenes, but in the 70s, things were changing, and it was becoming ever more common for people who wrote the songs, even though Barry Manilow didn't actually write that song. It became more and more common for the people who write the songs to actually sing and perform them. And that's exactly what Isaac Hayes did. His first album from 68 was Presenting Isaac Hayes, but the first album that really invented the modern Isaac Hayes that we all know and love was 1969's Hot Buttered Soul. And this kicked off a string of amazing albums in such a short period of time. In 1970, he released two great albums, The Isaac Hayes Movement and To Be Continued. Shaft came in 71, for which he won an Oscar and performed in full Isaac Hayes gear at the Oscars. And that same year came Black Moses. Then came Joy, possibly one of my favorite albums by him. Chocolate Chip, another great one. Disco Connection, Groovathon, Juicy Fruit. And he was doing all sorts of soundtracks, things like Truck Turner, for instance. In the midst of all of this, he was always someone who got called upon to write those great 70s soundtracks. And he did a really fun album called Royal Rappins with Millie Jackson, great sensual R&B vocalist in 79. And although his output slowed a bit in the 80s, he remained active as he did in the 90s. Now, when South Park came out in the late 90s, Isaac Hayes was one of the first people that was on board. And in many ways, he made the show because he was not only the chef, but he was a singing chef. So Isaac Hayes, in pure Isaac Hayes style, and he had a band and he was doing the arrangements, he would sing the children's songs to explain the absurdities of our world to them. And it was really, really fun stuff, which I think helped introduce this icon of the 70s to a whole new generation who either weren't around the first time, or if they were, they might not have been listening to the soul and R&B stations that were playing his music. Sadly, he died in, I think it was 2008. Yeah, I just double checked, 2008. He was 65, which seems pretty young, but what a prolific musician and what a great talent. So, three cheers for Isaac Hayes. And as always, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.